Good morning, Anton. How you doing? Ooh, let's
Hey,
get it on
Darmich, doing
focus.
great. What about you?
Not too bad. Let's just hit the focus on this one a little bit. There we go.
There
Perfect.
you
Yeah.
have it. That looks good. Good, good, good.
Listen, you know how last time we are talking about the mission to get fit and healthy and all that good stuff?
Yes, indeed.
Actually hit my milestone today of going less than the marker that I was shooting for, which is fantastic. So
Congratulations.
now
That is awesome.
we got the next marker to hit, the next milestone. So that's great.
Hey, what I have learned is one day at a time and they're baby steps. Because, I mean, when we aim for too far, it just seems impossible and it kind of discourages you. So, little goals, that's all that counts.
For sure. And today I have a tea.
Yay! And I have my coffee. There you
Okay, look
go.
at that. It's not a bee. I don't know
Awesome.
if you can see
Hello.
it. There it is. So, funny story about the tea actually. When looking for tea and Resiata, we actually have our own tea. So it's called Energizing Tea. 100 Mysteries is the stuff. It's pretty tasty stuff. I had no idea.
Awesome.
I had no idea we had it still because we used it for a trade show before.
Well, bring me a bag when I see you at IMEX, which brings to like the point that we're so looking forward to see you guys at IMEX. So please stop by the booth if you haven't made an appointment with us, and we have a great conversations to take place. There's good surprises that we have in the store for you.
I don't know. There's a lot going on, but it's very great. All right, let's start. Enough of this banter, and let's do this. All right, Anton. So, what are we tackling today, my friend?
Well, you just came back from C2. Well, not just, it was a week
2 weeks
ago,
ago.
but
Yeah.
yeah, 2 weeks ago or so. So I think that we need to do a part two of what you learned, what you experienced, what you probably were refreshed of things that you heard or you went to different sessions or courses that were at C2 that you can give us a little refresher as well. Because sometimes we are so caught up into what we do, work, trade shows, and that sometimes we forget that we have a lot of things in our mind, but we forget to sometimes put them in practice or that
Yeah.
we know what we are doing.
Okay. Well, I mean, the second biggest thing that stuck out during C2, the reason why we always talk about C2 is because they they make the experience of events really, really fun, which is really nice and engaging. And that's why we're talking about C2 here. And if anybody doesn't know what C2 is, go to C2's website. Just Google C2 Montreal. You'll see it. And it's really, really cool. They redefine how events should be done, which is what's really exciting. And the biggest component of it is also about engagement, which is very important. So on the note of engagement, I think one of the biggest things, the second biggest thing last week was Jay Shetty. This week, I would say was how the workshops were done. It was really really cool. Like they set it up in a way that just give me a sec here. There we go. Now I can see you straight. That's better. So the way they've set it up is it allows for true engagement. So essentially, what will happen is they'll do an introduction of what the topic is about. Doesn't matter
Mhm.
what it is. And then based on the topic, they'll be like, okay, great. Now we're going to break you up into groups. So you're not allowed to be in the group that you can't have your friend in your group, essentially. So you have to make new
Mhm.
friends. So you connect with new people, you talk to new people, do a quick intro. And then from there, you have a table with craft paper, some doodle pens, and stuff like that. They'll address the problem on the screen that you're trying to solve. So for us, the big thing was about sustainability in our business. How is sustainability measured? So what was really neat is we had all different levels of people, from consultants to entrepreneurs to business owners to project managers, designers, everybody working together to solve problems. So it was cool to first outline what the business is in the sense of
Mhm.
what your business is from start to finish. So we picked, the customer journey from start to finish using Streampoint essentially, and then outlining where sustainability can be impacted. So, for example, badges and stuff like that. So, one of the things that we came up with was like, what if with badges we went to a scenario with no badges? What would that look like? Because then, you don't. Right now, I believe we're working really well in the sense of sustainability. Trying to encourage our customers and partners to use synthetic badges, which are recyclable. They print on demand. You don't have to have plastic holders, which is where we are at right now.
Yeah.
Plastic badges, it's still being used, but we do also try and keep in mind that it's using recycled byproducts to create the plastics that we use as much as we can, right? But the goal would be to eliminate the use of plastics wholeheartedly, right? So what solutions are those out there? Anyways, so with that in mind, it goes to more than just badges. It goes to like, how do we use apps to do interactions, or who uses business cards these days, really, right? So it saves the energy to print business cards. So why not use like a contact exchange? Like for me personally, I don't use business cards. I will meet you and I will pull out my LinkedIn app and I'll scan your barcode, and that's how we exchange contact. That's how it works. Or I'll get your text number and then we go. I'll get your text, so that means that we're definitely going to be friends. So that's kind of where I look at it, right? So that's kind of interesting. And what was really cool is also working backwards, like looking at transportation, right? So for transportation, trying to ship your booth or equipment back and forth long distance, is there a way, like what we do is we centralize our location in mid-America, so the distance of transportation is a lot less rather than flying it, which has a higher impact of a carbon footprint. Whereas actually, transport and trucks, so a lot of stuff is being shipped together from one location to another. It's a lot more environmentally sound as well. So those are the kind of things, right? Like we start thinking about, and then applying that to any type of event from a sustainability standpoint. It does really get you thinking about where can you make the difference. Like today, we're just talking about our booth at IMEX, right? Like, hey, we need to make sure our team has snacks and then water and all this stuff. And then we're like, well, we have our own water bottles at Resiata. Just use those so you can go and refill it, and then you don't have to get plastics, right? We only got one planet, so we gotta save it. So that's where it's at,
That is for sure. That is for sure. But you brought key elements to the conversation, which ties with what we all deal on a daily basis, and the fact that we all are interconnected, that we depend on so many different things and so many components to bring together an event, a show, a meeting, or what have you, which is key for all of our partners. And that's one thing that we have learned through the years, especially, how long has been Streampoint alive? What, 20 plus 1 years at this point in time?
Yeah, we're approaching 22 years now. Wow.
Exactly.
And it's a long time.
Exactly. And some people sometimes ask me like, oh, how long have you been in business? I'm like, well, 21 plus years, almost 22. And they're like, what? Really? I'm like, yeah. And through that time, we have learned a lot. But one of the key things that we have learned is that we are interconnected with many of our partners. Whether you do A, B, or C, we always are part of the equation to make things successful. And when you just said in the workshop that you have to go through a whole process from beginning to end, it shows that we need to have that cooperative environment to make things be successful.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of times now, like frankly said, I think the event industry is behind in technology. There's a lot of opportunity for growth in the event industry space, just putting it out there. What I've found a lot, like looking at other products and technologies that are out there, in contrast to out of industry technologies, we're about 5 to 10 years behind. It's pretty sad, actually. And the newer technologies that we try and bring out, and I know we're always trying to push the envelope, because I always look at out of industry. I don't look at in industry stuff from an innovation and inspiration process, because I just find we're starting at a negative rather than a positive, right? Mm-hmm. So that's where we get inspiration, as out of industry technologies, frankly put. And that is something that we've shifted our thought processes about 10 years ago, and also moving fast. And what I'm trying to lead to with this is, with new technologies that are out there, and thinking about technology and how it could impact your sustainability plan would be fantastic. So why not do that? You know, why do we still have to use plastic badge holders? Like, it's ridiculous, to be honest. And I don't know. There's a lot that can be done, and we're really behind, frankly put.
I
We
think
as an industry, not we as a company. Let me just get that right.
no, I agree with you. I was going to address that point that sometimes we have organizations. I have worked with some of them that they say, "Oh, we're so green driven. We are going to be doing this," and then, "Oh yeah, we don't give you bottled waters." Oh yeah, big impact. That is like saying that you
It
are
is
able.
though.
It
No,
is, but
seriously,
there's
it's a
so
big
many different
impact.
ways. But there are more ways that you can actually make it sure that it's far beyond of what you can just sometimes check a box. Because that was a discussion that we had one on one opportunity during a meeting. It's like sometimes we just check boxes, but we don't really see what else we can do. And what you just said is that we're behind. There's so much thing that we could do, but that could be another topic of conversation, like how to be greener in the future in meetings and events.
Yeah, there
Good
you go.
word.
I
I
mean,
like it.
I don't want to say, like, you know, I think smaller steps are also big steps. That means you're
Of
actually
course.
doing something still. So getting rid of bottled water is fantastic. Like, we got a bevy fridge and we're already saving, I think, what, 2,000 bottles we've saved already, and that's in a matter of a month and a half. That's crazy. So that's making an impact a little bit, right? I mean, it all helps. So
I agree.
that's
Which comes
important.
it comes back to the very beginning of the conversation. Baby steps.
Yeah, yeah.
Baby steps.
Because it's not just the water bottle, right? It's not just the badge holder. It's everything that takes to make that piece. And that's where that comes into play as well.
Yeah.
Anyways, so to full circle this thing, to loop it back to where we started. So C2, it was fantastic. The idea of workshop development was awesome. Really, really good structure. So we're going to try and see what we can do for our community and our partners and clients and friends and whatnot, to incorporate some sort of workshop scenario like this in the future. So keep an eye out for that. And then also sustainability. It's a big deal. It's important. You know, temperatures are rising fast, and winters are getting shorter. And I don't know. It's kind of weird.
It is kind of weird, but I think that we all are going to be looking forward to see what the next step in our industry it is, because we're shifting and we're moving slowly but surely, and hopefully we can get to a point where we all can say like, yes, we did something that impacted. Because we have to think about the future generations. I see myself as I'm already on the way out, so let's see what the new ones have to explore and enjoy. Because we
We
have.
are, though. I mean, there is credit given. Like, hotels are stepping up with green policies, which is really good. They're making small, big shifts, because a small shift in a hotel space is impacting a lot of
Indeed.
properties and a lot of people. So that does make a big shift as well. So, you know, anyways, that's where we're at. So we ended up talking about sustainability. That's great. Wanted to talk about technology, I guess, but that's fine. On another note, Resiata 2.0 just launched it. Super excited about it.
Yes.
Getting some really good rave reviews on it, with regards to how the workflow is so easy to use. It looks beautiful, looks modern, doesn't look dated. And I harp on that because we spend a lot of time on making it a delightful experience. That is one of our core values of what we need to do. And, you know, there's more to come. So, yeah, stay tuned. I was actually thinking about creating you know what? I'm not going to say it. I think we'll just make it and then show it. That's better that way. Anything else, Anton?
Nope, we're good to go. And just wishing you all a great week. And for those who are traveling to Vegas, looking forward to see you in Vegas next week.
And for those that RSVP to our party, really excited to see you. Just make sure you make your appointment in the booth or walk up. That's fine too. Yeah, and we're actually doing a preview of our new SaaS platform for Streampoint. So
Yes.
that's going to be really cool. So stop by, take a look at it. You know, we want your input, and then we can share more details on the launch of that and all that good stuff. But yeah, so the cat's out of the bag a little bit on that one. Let's see where it goes.
Let's see where it goes. So have a great day, guys. Have a great week and safe travels for those who are traveling to Vegas.
Excellent. See you later. Bye.